Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought we'd do a little quick sum up of my Citroen C1 to give you guys the kind of positives, negatives, what I like and don't like about the car before we sell it. So if any of you guys are thinking of buying a Citroen C1, you can kind of see what my opinion is on it and just get some kind of like different opinions on whether it's a car you should look at. Yeah, so I've had my Citroen C1 for about nearly 2 years now. So I've had a fair amount of time to decide whether I like her or not. And in general, I'm going to say, first off, like, Cindy Citroen is a top tier car. Like, I love her. She'll always have a special place in my heart because she's my first car. But let's actually go on what I actually like and don't like. So I'm going to start with what I like. Let's start on the positive. She's a small car. Very easy to fit into spaces because I hate parking with a passion. It is the worst part about driving. Parking stresses me out so much. Like, if I go into a car park, I love it when it's empty. You can just whack your car in. I'm such a drive into the spot wherever it hits is where we stay kind of thing. So when you've got, like, where I go to the gym, the car park is tiny and it's really awkward to get in and get out, and I hate it so much. So I sit there and I think, imagine if I had a bigger car. So that's a positive, Cindy Citroen. She is near enough one of the smallest cars you can get. So, you know, you're winning as far as you can win in terms of parking. But yeah, places get busy, so like you can squeeze into little spots, and yeah, you've always got, even if you've got two dickheads parked on the lines in a parking space, you could probably still squeeze your way in. Can your Range Rover fit in the space like that? Didn't think so. So Citroen C1 is also pretty cheap to fill up. I think when you're nearly at the bottom of the fuel, it costs me about £45 to fill up, maybe just over, depending how low we are. But in terms of filling up a whole tank, £45 is pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, my car actually needs filling up right now, so I'll take you guys with me to the petrol station and then I can show you guys how much it costs to fill her up. Yeah, so the car needs filling up anyway because it's nearly at the bottom, so I'll take you guys with me to Tesco, fill it up, and then I can get the receipt just to show you guys how much nearly a full tank costs, because it is pretty cheap for a car, to be fair. £45. So yeah, it's not too bad, you know. Another positive on Cindy the Citroen is the road tax is so cheap. It costs £20 for the entire year to tax her. £20. That's so good. It's like you don't even have to think about it. Like, you just pay the £20. Like, it's not deep. It's so nice. You can't complain when your tax is £20. You know, like, it's a win. Yeah, so the last positive I've got for the Citroen C1 is I found that it's a good first car. It's pretty reliable. I've never had any issues really with the reliability of the car. You know, as a cheap car, as like a basis starter car, you know, it's reliable. And, you know, reliability is a big thing. It's not the most high quality, you know, better car. You could probably get nicer cars for your first car for probably not that much different price, I don't know. But reliability, I found the Citroen C1 has been really reliable. So as a first time driver, that is kind of what you want, well, as any driver. Okay, so let's move on to the negatives of the Citroen C1. I feel bad talking about the negative. Poor Cindy sat here like, babe, you can't chat shit about me while I'm sat in you. So rude of me. Like, I'm a horrible person. But I gotta do it for you guys. Gotta tell you the shit parts, because there is a few shit parts. For my Citroen personally, I've got a 3-door Citroen. So I do just find that it is quite a hassle moving the seats back and forth, because I do take a lot of passengers and I have a lot of people in the back of my car, and again I have the dog cage is back, so constantly moving the seats back and forth does get a pain in the fucking ass. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Do you know what as well, like, I don't know if it's just my friends or the people I know from like work, Why is everyone so clueless on how to do the seat? They must have got in this car 50,000 times and they're like, I don't know how to do the seat. Baby, it's not hard. You literally just pull the thing back. Like, why is that so difficult? I'll show you guys in a second what I mean by the seats, but yeah, it does just get a bit of a hassle to move the seats back and forth. Like, it would be a lot easier to have a 5-door, but again. Yeah, so this is what I meant by the seats. So you literally just do that and then they push forward. But why? And then you'd have to climb back, and then but then it's kind of annoying because when you push back, they sit very upright. So then this is very hard to do with one hand. You again have to push it and push it back. It's not that hard, but apparently no one knows how to do it because I have to do it to both sides every time. They're like, I don't know how to do this yet. I'm like, baby, you've been in this car about 50,000 times. Like, use your brain. No offense if anyone's watching this and they can't do my seats. I am silently judging you. Okay. Another negative I've got of the Citroen C1 is the boot space is very small. I'm lucky I don't really use the boot that much. It's not a massive problem for me, but when there is times when I have wanted to use it and it is just a little bit too small, like you get everything cramped. This works with when I give people a lift, I have to collapse the dog cage down, and once you put the dog cage in the boot, you have to stand it kind of upright because it just doesn't lay flat. The boot's too small. But yeah, it's a small car, that's what you're gonna get, isn't it? But yeah, that is just something to be wary of if you are buying a Citroen C1. The boot space is small, so if you're someone that uses the boot a lot, I'd maybe look at one with a bigger boot. But you probably know that because I'm guessing you're not all that stupid. But yeah, another negative I've got is how cheap it looks on the inside. So it is just very shit looking. Like, it's all plastic. It's like a tin can. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's 2010, of course, but there is cars that look more premium. If you guys remember when Michael had his Fiat Punto, that was 2010, and the interior looked so much more premium than the Citroen C1. Yeah, I'll show you guys again, but it is just very cheap. The parts are cheap. The whole look of the interior is cheap. Oh, going along with that, these seats. They're awful. Are you joking? They're so slippy. There's nothing to hold you in place. You go 20 miles an hour in your corner and you're like, you just slip. They're shit. They're such shit. See, the whole interior is cheap looking, but it's a cheap car. Do you know what I mean? But that is just one thing I noticed. That's just a little negative of it. Yeah, so the plastic in here is all just very shitty. It's very like old, look at manual windows in my one. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's all just kind of shitty plastic looking, quite cheap. But yeah, that is what you're going to get with the Citroen C1. But, you know, it's for the price, isn't it? But yeah, shitty plastic. Again, specifically in my Citroen C1, I think I've got a lower spec one. I have no aircon. So you think in the summer, you are dying. Right now, I could use the aircon. I am sweating in here. It's really fucking hot. But there's no aircon, so it's fine in the winter. Adding a positive on, this car is so small, it heats up very quick. You turn that bad boy on, the whole car's boiling hot in like 2 seconds. Coldness, not so much. If you are hot, you are staying hot. That's just how it is. And the last but not least negative of the Citroen C1 is one we're probably all going to know. It's slow as fuck. Oh god, it is painfully slow. Like, sometimes you can't go. You just don't go. You don't move. You got to get the dual carriageway. You're not going, babe. You want to race someone and just don't bother. You're barely making it off the start line. Just don't bother. First car it works. Like, you know, I personally wouldn't want, as my first car, when I pass, I wouldn't want a quicker car. Like, this has worked perfectly fine for me. But when you've been driving a little bit longer, you start to want a slightly quicker car. And there is definitely times where you want a quicker car. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a slow car. That is a negative of the Citroen C1. But yeah, that's just obviously my opinion on the Citroen C1. Cindy has been a good car to me. We're ready for a new one now. But yeah, that's what I like and what I dislike about the Citroen C1. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Maybe if you guys have a Citroen C1 or thinking, maybe put in the comments what you think about the car. help people out. We can have a whole list of shit things about the Citroen C1. Because let's be real, she's a shitbox. But we love her, but she's a shitbox. But yeah, unfortunately, I am going to end today's video here. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Stay tuned on the channel because the next video will be the last video on the Citroen C1 where we do a road trip to Wales. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And then after that one, new car reveal. But yeah, exciting times. We've got a lot going on right now. So yeah. Hope you guys did enjoy. Follow me on Instagram at @chl_.oe. Subscribe to my channel down below. And I'll see you, or we'll see you, in my next video. Bye!